Hello everybody, this is Charlie Do right here. Just kind of taking notice of some of these interesting clouds today. And I don't know if you can see that very good or not, but almost perfectly made lines laid out in the sky. I want to coin a term today that anybody who's awake and notices it, looks up in the sky and notices the weather isn't what it used to be, and it's not supposed to look like this. I'll tell you what this looks like. This looks like a bunch of clouds and or chemtrails, or a combination of the both, that have been literally suspended up into the air, and we're seeing the underside effects of it that are most likely being hit with frequency, lasers, whatever, some type of technology. This is also irregular in the fact that the weather's been so crazy around here. This is Ohio, zip code 45320, look it up. The weather is now moving in from east to west tonight. Again, from east to west tonight. I'm currently facing straight this way is pretty much west. There's no way I could stand here and let you watch these clouds move backwards, but trust me, they are moving backwards. They showed it on the news, and I'm standing here watching it. They are correct. The clouds are moving backwards. I am at a local park, and anybody that's from this area probably knows this hill right here. I'm not going to name the park. If you want to look up the park, feel free. But most interesting clouds I have seen in a long time. These are the kind of clouds I used to, when I was younger, I used to say, oh man, that's a really nasty storm moving in, or something along them lines. I remember seeing those lines predominantly growing up in severe thunderstorms. This is supposed to be tonight a rainstorm that turns into a snowstorm. This to me is nothing more than Big Brother weather. Like I said, feel free to borrow that. Again, Big Brother weather. That means our government, powers that be, control the weather. Whether you believe that or not is up to you. I have watched plenty of videos, plenty of footage from different video makers. If you want a common reference, Mr. Dutchsinse was actually able to name off a tornado, a tornado that struck a city nothing more than by the sign of a weather pulse on the radar. So I guess we gotta give a shout out to Mr. Dutchsinse and to Richie from Boston, who also is alert and awake and trying to show people, the world, what all is going on. So anyways, I don't know what's going to happen. The weather's been really crazy around here as far as the wind just picked up yesterday. It was howling. I could not give you the miles per hour. Matter of fact, I'm standing downwind of this hill so I can keep from the wind from making a bunch of noise into the microphone. Matter of fact, I'll just walk up the hill so you can just hear how bad this wind is around here right now. Because like I said, the wind is going backwards from east to west. Do you even hear me? Well, anybody who knows this area knows what that is. It's our new helicopter pad in our new hospital. Ain't that nice? There is some of our, most likely some of our weather makers. And all that really necessary within so close in proximity to one another. Can you even see that? There's two towers there. There's obviously a telephone pole to your right. But pan to the left just a little bit, you can get all through. Far left is yet another tower. 3 towers. All within hundreds, maybe thousands of feet of one another. Enough to get into this old vintage Kodak Easy Share C195. this is crazy. I wanted to film these waves, so you know. Some of these I noticed all the way back to Dayton, Ohio, and I kind of, when I got home and I got my camera and filmed it before. These three waves in particular are just beautiful. I wish that I could zoom in a little bit better. And I don't mean beautiful as like natural, but I mean, I don't know how they were able to form these. Let's see if I can catch. I cannot catch all of them, but there's one wave, 2, 3. Well, I guess I can't really. The fourth one's kind of faded down a bit, but they're just. And these clouds kind of followed me from Dayton, Ohio, where I work at, from east to west, and they were probably the most defined waves that I've seen in a long time like that. I'm going to go down this hill a bit because it is definitely very cold up there. But let's see if I can catch that. Can you see that? There, you got a low spot, high spot, low spot. I mean, those are some very impressive waves. I'm trying not to go up and down or anything too much, but very defined. Clouds that ever do that. Hardly ever did that growing up. I remember very seldom seeing clouds like this. And for one thing, they don't. Growing up, clouds just kind of roll and tumble and stuff. You don't see that much anymore. They kind of get. They either do this, or if you're very lucky, you'll see a natural cloud. More often than not, you start to see lines and patterns and stuff that just don't look natural. Anyways, Big Brother weather. I don't know what else to call it outside of Big Brother weather. It's about the easiest way to term it. I mean, alright, shall they do right out? Oh, and I'm going to share this with on the Facebook Chemtrails Global Skywatch, and I about got kicked out of there for sharing the Richie from Boston video. I could not believe that. Anyways, it is what it is. And I posted that video, and it was taken down probably within minutes, meaning nobody even watched what it was even about. It was about the elite trying to control the weather to possibly create a false UFO invasion, and that's all it was about. And it was taken down before anybody even had a chance to look at it. I mean, the moderator couldn't have even looked at it, just for the fact of the content, I guess. But we don't know what their plans are. They're not going to tell us that they're chemtrailing and spraying, doing whatever they want to the weather without us knowing. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but currently they're calling for between 2 inches and 6 inches of snow tomorrow morning, and currently it is above freezing, and then later on in the week it's supposed to get above freezing again. So how can you do that without manipulating the weather? And then they're going to try to sell a tax on climate change in the future. I think that's what it's all about, a carbon tax. They're going to convince us that the weather needs to be controlled, and yet they already control it. So anyways, this has drawn out long enough. My fingers are getting ice cold. But it is above freezing, but just enough to where you can get by with wearing a light coat and without gloves. And this video's gone on for about 9-10 minutes, so I'm in it this time. Shall they do right out? Big Brother weather.